Hey y'all, my name's Bean. I'm a rank 1 and stuff, feral druid. Um, just want to go over feral a bit here, if you guys are curious or whatever. Right now my thoughts on feral, I think they're like an A tier class, not quite an S tier, like, you know, a warrior or windwalker or, you know. But I think they're really good. I think it'll be really useful. I think we're gonna have two main comps, and surprise, it's the same comps we've always had. It's gonna be jungle and FMP, whether it be a pally or priest. I'm not sure which one's better. I've only played it with a priest so far, but it seems really strong. Jungle seems really strong as usual, especially right now with Feral's burst. Jungle's probably just really scary. Honestly, I haven't played too much jungle, but I've played a decent bit of FMP, and it seems really strong. I guess I'll go over like the racials and talents. For Horde, you want to play for PvP, obviously. You want to play a Tauren because of Warstomp. Warstomp can be really good. But if you can play Alliance, Alliance is definitely better with Night Elf, Pounce, Re-Stealth Pounce, meld fucking bolts or anything. Is just really good and useful. So if you're Horde, Tauren. If you're Alliance, Night Elf. They're just straight up your best PvP races. Yeah, because of Warstomp and thing. I'll show you guys my talents. So 100% you go Sabretooth. Pretty much 98.8% you go Wild Charge. I actually go Guardian probably 85.8%. Just because I think it's safe. You take less damage. The weakness is Ferals, you just get killed as always. Like you can just die if you don't play well. Guardian with the Frenzied Regen being really strong. And honestly, this Incapacitating Roar, the one ability we got coming from BFA to Shadowlands, is honestly really good. Depending on what you play and how you use it, I feel like it's actually really impactful at some points. Really good. A lot of people play Resto as well. I mean, Resto is still really good. But I just think Guardian is just always safe to play. You have big enough heals as Guardian anyway, honestly, most of the time. And then balance, listen, this is a talent. The Bean plays about 4.82% of the time. It's actually really kinky. Look for it in two situations when you're trying to avoid warrior damage, but not get cleaved. You know what I mean? So I use it in very kinky situations. You really shouldn't use it unless you kind of like know what you kind of are doing with it and try to avoid damage with it. It's kind of kinky, but it can really backfire. Honestly, a lot of the time I probably wouldn't even use the Typhoon, because if they know you're Balance Affinity, then you're probably in trouble. So just kind of use it. I wouldn't use it. Just use Guardian or Resto. This talent tree, you pretty much always go Bash when you're playing like double DPS 2s, or you have some like strategy where you don't need Bash. Like having this 1 minute stun is just really good. Never go Mass Entangle, and Heart of the Wild it's just kinky, you know. If you're Resto for any Heart of Wild, you can heal insanely for 45 seconds, but it's a 5 minute cooldown. It's like, you don't have Bash. It's kind of, you know. Usually I go Soul of the Forest here. Soul of the Forest is a really good choice. You could have a default for pretty much everything. It's just good. Savage Roar is actually really kinky. You can hit some really strong bites. I'm talking like 18-19k bites with Savage Roar, but it's super clunky in PvP. It's super AIDS to keep up. Sadly, it's not worth it. It would be sick if it was worth it, but it's just not worth it. Incarnation is actually something you take. I've been taking. I learned this from Kaldurg. Okay, he's probably didn't learn it. He just plays it, alright. But it's actually good, especially if you're not Alliance. Playing, I've only really been playing it with FMP, and it's basically for the setup. So first setup you'd have Pounce and a Bash. Second setup you'd have Maim on the healer and to Pounce on the kill target again with Incarn. Third setup you'd have Maim Bash again if you're playing a Conduit, which I'll go over soon. It's just pretty good for constant setups. But the downside of it is once it's on cooldown, it's on cooldown. It sucks. You know, it's not even a thing after that. So a lot of the times I play Soul, but with FMP, sometimes I do play Incarn. Especially versus the comps you're just going to kill in those 3-4 setups. It's really nice for that. But if you are a Night Elf, you can just use Shadow Pounce. The last row, always Brutal Slash. Just just like normal. Or sorry, it's the second last row, always Brutal Slash. The last row, actually kinky, okay? I'll go over my legendaries too, but... so, if you want a consistent candy spec, just constantly doing damage, if that's your like comp, how it's gonna go, if you have the uptime for it, you can go Moment. I actually use it sometimes, like, I'd say 20% of the time I probably use Moment. Blood Talents, actually really kinky and really good with the legendary, which I'll talk about later. I use it in 2s. In 3s, I don't think it's that, like, it's good, but I feel like in 3s, Feral Frenzy is better, because Feral Frenzy is all about the setup. You basically get a Mark of Death. It's really good for, you know, bash target, maim this other target, Feral Frenzy, bang, big bite instantly, next global, right? So, Feral Frenzy is, majority of the time, I'd say, is a talent to pick. Blood Talons in 2s is really, really fun with this legendary. I really like it. Without the legendary, I don't like it. I guess I'll just talk about the legendary now. Cat's Eye Curio, I started using this. At first, I was using the Hand of Fearful Symmetry, which is Tiger Tree grants you 2 calm points after you use it 2 times or whatever. It's really good for burst. You can like triple bite. What, you know, it's a lot of burst. In like 2-3 globals is a lot of burst, especially paired with Berserk. It's basically like a mini Berserk for 2 finishers. But I was using that for a while, and it was fun and all. But honestly, I've made a Cat's Eye Curio. Dude, I've been loving it. I've only had it for like 2 or 3 days. But the amount of energy, it makes you feel like a rogue. You're never out of energy. And the thing is, with Ferocious Bite, dealing more damage the more energy you have. It actually, like, I swear it's just better. Like, it just gives you more consistent, bigger bites. You don't get the 2 bites in a row, but you get 1 big bite. So it's like 1 global of bigger burst compared to 2 globals of, you know, pretty damn big burst, but 2 globals, which may let people react to it. I don't know. I could be wrong with this, but I've been enjoying it. It's really fun to play. I hate I hate going Oom. Like, that's also why I hate playing Incarn. Like, when I'm playing FMP and I'm playing Incarn, no soul, I'm so but with this legendary, it's like a perfect balance. It's great. It's great. And with soul, you just have so much fucking energy. I tried playing with Moment, but it just seems like it's too consistent candy. Right now, ferals are gonna kill with burst, aka like big ass bites. So the consistent shit, like, it's okay, but yeah. But this Soul Force with a Blood Talents here, this is my 2s build. It's so fucking juicy, dude. Like, you can actually kill warriors and shit. It's crazy. It's really fun. I mean, if you watch my stream, I sometimes you create 15k, 16k, 17k. I've had a 19k. Like, paired with Dark Arc too, if you actually, you know, do it with your partner. It's fucking crazy. It can be fucking crazy. But I like it with this one because of all the energy. I really don't like it with the Tiger Tree because you just don't have the energy for it. It just doesn't feel as good. And you know, it just meshes well with Ferocious Bite. Just consuming more energy for more damage is so good. So yeah, this is basically my 2s build. 3s build, usually this, sometimes this, sometimes this, actually. Sometimes, just for like a little bit of more energy. Yeah, usually this is pretty good. Let's see what else. Conduits. Okay, so I'm a Korean, and Korean is really good. I'd say it's probably better in general. Like, it's just more consistent. You'll probably see more Korean ferals in AWC and all that than Night Fae, because Night Fae is really good, but honestly, it's not as good as Boomkin. But it is really good, but it's super predictable. Like, if you know you're fighting a Night Fae druid, you just don't trinket. Like, you just don't. You know, one of you saves your trinket for Convoke, and you just counter it. Like, that's it. That's it. That's what you do. You know, one person trinkets for Berserk, and then one person saves their trinket to stop the Convoke, and then they're one-trick pony. Literally, you can fight a Night Fae druid, and you can accidentally trinket. This happened to me yesterday. And you can tell they're just waiting for you to go cat form, so you just sit bear form for 2 minutes and they don't use it. You know what I mean? It's super counterable. But honestly, Night Fae, like, if you're not like competing or serious, like, I think Night Fae would be super fun. I would actually love to play it. You could fuck a lot of people, especially in the lower ratings, with Night Fae. Even in high ratings, like, it just surprises people sometimes. But I'm a Korean. What Koreans get is basically you always use lone empowerment, which means you buff yourself with well, I don't have the tooltip showing, but you'll find the tooltip. Buff yourself with lone empowerment, which is basically a Tiger Fury on a 1-minute cooldown. Super useful. That's how you hit like 19k bites with, you know, Blood Talons and shit like that. Like you pair these up with Tiger Fury with Dark Arc if you're playing with a priest, and you know you're sometimes usually I use an on-use trinket. You slap that on-use trinket on, and you just bite really hard. It's great. I think it's really good. It's just consistent. It's a really big burst. Like it's you know, it's great. It's just good. That's what I'm playing. I don't know. I think Knife is good too, but I think Korean is just more consistent and more realistic for competitive wise PvP. Okay, so like I said, so I'm a Korean. So right now, this is my talent tree right now. This is usually for like jungle. Like I was playing jungle last night. This is just a lot of damage. I really like I might be wrong with these. I haven't like done real research. But I'm pretty sure this Tiger String one is just better than this Taste for Blood one. You know, and honestly, I'm probably wrong here, but I like it. It's just easy. But honestly, I really don't use this talent tree too much. But yeah, I'm going with Tiger Fury one. Honestly, Taste for Blood might be better. I might try it, honestly. I might try it. I don't know. But right now I'm running Tiger Fury. Either one of these is probably really good for offense. And then this is just whatever. And then this one, so good. Have to get it. 100% get it. It's so fucking good. The only time it sucks is when you get mind games. And it's just procs. It's just so good. So make sure you pick that one up. Now, usually with FMP, I'm running this other spec, which I would run on this, because obviously combat meditation is really good. But this is kind of awkward. So I don't want to get this, and it requires a finesse. So with FMP right now, I'm running the Honed Instincts, and I'm running this Born of the Wilds, which reduces your cooldown of bash. Basically makes it a 50-second bash. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but for setup comps, having that pounce bash into maim pounce with Incarn into another maim bash pretty much right after that off DR is really nice. My partner's been liking it. Honestly, I don't know how much of an impact it really has. I just joined a team, so I'm kind of new with my partners, and they thought it was good, and so I'm giving it a go. I mean, it seems good. Honestly, without it, it may be no difference in the setups. I'm not a scientist. I'm too lazy. But it seems pretty good. So yeah, those are really good conduits or whatever the fuck they're called. So Tiger Tree one, Taste for Blood. This one's just best. You have to get it. Just get it. And then this reduced cooldown on bash and shit is pretty good. Alright, strong comps I mentioned are jungle FMP, and then we don't know, there's probably some other comps out there, but dude, jungle is gonna be insane, I'm pretty sure. Like, that shit's gonna be pretty insane. FMP is insane right now too, but let's be honest, FMP never really wins the tournament. But hey, it could, but I doubt it. I guess I'll show you guys the rotation real quick. I guess I'll just show you a classic Throw Frenzy rotation. Bloodhound's rotation is kind of a freestyle. In a sense, you don't really do much in the opener, unless you really want to, but I'm pretty conservative about my Bloodhound's opener. I just like to bang them next DR. So hopefully I don't fuck this up because of stress, but here we go, I probably won't. So basically you want to open up with Pounce, put a Tiger Fury Rip up, you want to use your Korean thing, whatever, Lone Empowerment. And I use Berserk too if you want to go just full out and you bite and you keep biting and you just keep doing bursts. So basically it goes like this. Open, Tiger Fury, thing, 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 bang. Then use your, brutal slashes, less energy, more damage. You just keep going like that basically. That's basically a burst. It's pretty simple, especially the opener is pretty scripted with Throw Frenzy. With Bloodhounds, it's a little bit different. I'll open, I'll pounce, I'll get a nice full Tiger Fury, Bloodhounds bleed up, and then while that Tiger Fury's still up, I'll sneak another bite in there or something like that, and then next Tiger Fury will be a big bite with one empowerment, shit like that. And yeah, if you guys have any more questions, you can always just ask me on my Twitch. You can just ask me questions when I'm playing and shit. I stream basically every day. on twitch.tv/bean. Other than that, how to play defensively is you got to bear form a lot. It's basically the same as other expansions, but this would probably just be easier to show you like when I'm streaming, or you know, watch my games or something like that. But you basically have to bear form a lot. You know, if you get stunned in cat form versus a rogue mage or something like that, you're dead. You need a cooldown. Barkskin's not going to save you. If you get stunned in bear versus rogue mage, Barkskin might save you. Also, another kinky power that we're just going to bring up here is I was thinking about it. I don't have it. Do I have it? I might have it. Yeah, I do have it. I don't know when I'm going to make this, but this actually seems really strong versus rogue mage. Versus rogues in general. I'm not sure if you can use guardian ones as cat. I guess we could try it real quick because I have a balanced one. I guess you can. Okay, so yeah, this one right here seems really strong defensively. That might be something I run versus rogue mage. I haven't tried Sefu's yet. I do want to try Sefu's versus like a sub rogue. Basically, as a druid, you're always scared of getting stunned. You're always going to die in stuns. That's usually the only time you're going to die is in a stun go. So Warrior Stormbolt, Rogues Go, you know, Light Sweep for Monks. You're always going to die in a stun, so you have to bear form stuns. That's how you play defensively. And, yep. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I probably missed something. If I did, you know, just ask me in stream or whatever. Thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas and shit. Peace.